Okay, so tonight I'm here to share some bad news. And I mean, it's a bit weird because the news I'm about to share hasn't happened yet. And I'm not asking you to trust me, but what I'm asking you is to give me some time so you can understand the context of my talk, and then maybe let's see if we can work together on that. So I took some screenshots of some news outlets from the year 2045. Jeff Bezos is the president of the USA that has been renamed United States of Amazon.com. And the same year, Elon Musk promised to move people to Mars. Actually happened, but only for 1%. The other 99% is left behind with nothing but plans and broken dreams. And also regarding our community, the Ethereum community, DevCon 41 happened, and there was this huge event called the Singularity that was a merge between blockchain and AI. What happened was this huge Ethereum logo, four-dimensional logo appeared on Neo Tokyo 3 on the sky. We don't know yet if it's good or not for us, but it's quite terrifying. I was looking for a quote to start this talk in a positive way. I didn't find any. So here you have George Orwell. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. I don't know why he's smiling, but I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, in this context, STP was born. And STP stands for Social Distortion Protocol, where the first O in distortion is a 0. It's very important. And STP is a collective intelligence spawned in the waste products of social media, virtual realities, and psychedelic drugs. What does it mean? I have no idea. That's why I have another slide for you guys, because I think we were a bit high while we were writing this. So the other one is what we actually do. I think it's a bit easier to understand. STP distorts the present to warn humans about the future they will face if they don't fight. Okay, I think this is a bit easier to understand. What we do is we manipulate space and time and create alternative realities so you can experience what the future is or will be if you don't fight. So that's our mission, basically, and this is what we do. I always mix mission and vision, so don't call me on that. Over the last years, we made some, we call them distortion operations. As you can see, we have a really decent track record. We have 7 operations plus 1 that is coming this year, and that's the reason why I'm giving this talk today. I just want to start with the very first one that is called Hans Zuckerberg. That's the very first operation we did in 2018, and we played this game at the Congress, at the CCC Congress. It was not sponsored by CCC, just our initiative to bring something to the event. And it was a geocaching game. So we put in the venue a bunch of QR codes that you had to find. And what was the reason behind that? Because Zuckerberg was decentralizing himself into 27 different pieces to escape the authorities. And the mission that we asked people to participate in was about collecting these 27 Zucker bits and putting Mark Zuckerberg back together so we can bring him to the authorities. This game is a EVM-based game, so it means that every time someone would find a QR code, it would send the proof to a smart contract. And the game, you had to play the game through the browser of a mobile wallet. We used Trust at the time. I mean, this is what we end up doing. And we also distributed some funds to the user to actually be able to transact on testnet. And the setup was a bit punk, I would say. So in our table, we had this nice screen with all the Zucker bits coming together, and you can see the evolution from, I guess you know this photo, right? Mark Zuckerberg at the Congress drinking like a robot. If not, that's actually very cool. So you can see the game developing here. This was in a way the dashboard with the information, but people just went crazy. They went around the Congress looking for QR codes. We gave hints on where the QR codes were, and they were looking for them. Just for fun, we also put some codes inside floppy disks, and we asked people to find someone with a floppy disk drive so they can access the data in there. Then we made another game. I don't want to talk too much. Actually, we'll skip these slides because I don't have a lot of time. But if you remember, Planet A, The Tragedy of the Commons is another game based on The Tragedy of the Commons. That is another thing. And we played this game here at Seabase, East Berlin, at CCC camp, and it was also exhibited as artwork during the DevCon in Osaka. After that, we decided to focus our operations on THC. I don't know why you're laughing. Who knows what THC stands for?
Treasure hunt.
Yes, another one? Treasure hunt? Oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Tetrahydrocannabis, I have no idea. I don't know how to pronounce it even. Anyway, stands for treasure hunt challenges. So we focused only on treasure hunts. What is a treasure hunt challenge? It's like a scavenger hunt, but we like the name Treasure Hunt Challenge more. It's a game that you play in a physical space, can be a building, neighborhood, a city. It's built around a narrative, so usually there is a backstory, or at least this is how we like to do it. It's organized into levels, so you progress over the game from level 1, 2, and so on, or if you start counting from zero, then 1 and 2, and so on. And the goal is to solve like physical and logical puzzles in order to be able to progress to the next level. This is a overview, like on how it looks like on our side. So there is a master plot that is in a way surrounding the whole story. And then we have chapter 0, and that has a quest that is something that you read in order to look for the puzzle. Then if you're good enough, you find the puzzle. And then when you solve the puzzle, you find the solution. The solution has a key. It's not, yeah, you can almost see there, that you use to move to the next chapter. And the story is linear, okay? So if you're blocked at chapter 3 and you cannot move forward, I mean, it is what it is. Of course, like, okay, then there is a final chapter, but that's not very interesting now. Let's see how the game looks like, actually, because right now it's been quite abstract. Stage 1 is onboarding new users. So we want to, in a way, get the attention of the people at the conference or at an event, and we want them to convert to paying paying users, not paying customers. Next time. We started with at CCC with a super simple approach that was putting these sheets of paper around the Congress with a very not very curated message like, oh, we need your help, please help us, hurry up, and all this kind of stuff. But the most important part is this anchor that is a website, okay, a URL. Over the years, we improved it a bit. Do you know what this letter is for? It's for, yeah, right? I mean, if you get this in your mailbox, it's a bit of an annoyance. I mean, you did something wrong or something like this. So we just bought a bunch of them over Amazon, and that was the new invite letter for another story. And we did this at the Congress. Then for East Berlin, we pumped it up a bit. We also bought some nice paper, and we packaged the letters like this. That is, I would say, kind of good looking. And so yeah, we're trying to improve over years how we onboard people. Okay, after you onboard a player, the game starts. And the flow is actually really simple. You read the chapter, you look at the puzzle, you solve the puzzle, and you submit the solution. And then if the solution is correct, you progress to the next chapter. And it looks like this. This is just a stupid demo on the left side. And you can put the password. And in this case, it's incorrect. So you get a message. And through the app that you load, again, via the URL that is specified in the letter or somewhere else, you access the website that is a fully fledged burner wallet. So you don't even need to load your wallet, and you don't even need to have funds. we'll see in a second how it works. The side effects of this game flow, that is again read, locate, solve, submit, progress, there are quite some interesting side effects. First, you explore the venue because the puzzles are placed around, as I said before, the venue. So you need to move to do some legwork and go from A to B and so on. Then another thing is, as I said before, sometimes you cannot solve some puzzles, so you stop. But given that it's physical, you will meet other people maybe stuck at the same puzzle, so they're trying to solve the same one. And it's so easy to connect with others. We saw it all the time. It's like people start alone or in a group of 2, and then they end up in a group of 5 or 6. That's actually pretty nice. And of course, like learning things. Because we had people doing lockpicking for the first time or hacking a website we created for the first time. Some puzzles are also only digital, to be honest, not only physical. Some other people learned or wrote the first Solidity contract just to try to hack another contract. And some people experience L2 networks for the first time. And one key thing that I think we will agree on this, but it's not always easy to focus only on this kind of known features. It's like there is no registration in this game. There is like no need to use you don't need to have balance on your wallet. So you just scan something or open a URL and you start using it. That's all. Okay, and this is the experience we want to give, like zero friction onboarding. We don't care about your data. Just open the website and start playing and have fun. And the 2 pillars, anyway, of this THC are this. One is called edutainment, that is education plus entertainment. And the second pillar, that is very crucial, is funstration. That is having fun, but also being frustrated. And who played the game at East Berlin? Okay. I don't want to go too much into details, but there were like these couple playing, and apparently they weren't able to, let's say, enjoy the conference that much because one of the 2 was really busy trying to solve a puzzle that was extremely annoying. And like, I don't know, like we have a lot of people that are doing things. Or another example is, I'll show it now. I'll show it later, come on. I have some props. Anyway, yeah, it was like frustration it's really difficult to find this balance for real. Because if it's too difficult, people are just frustrated. If it's too easy, there is no fun. And balancing the 2, I'm not sure if we can do it, but still, like, I think some people enjoy it. Let's go to the puzzles. This is at ETH Berlin. There is this nice ball pit. And we put, I don't know, I think 10 transparent balls in here with the password inside. And this was one of the extremely frustrating games. Okay, we have some people that got frustrated. Very nice. Then, you don't see it very well, but these are 2 multimeters, or multimeters. And you had to find, for example, in the venue, there was a box with batteries, and you need to find the battery with the lowest power that has, and then transcribe the code to find the password. And again, learning something new. Honestly, not everyone used the multimeter, but maybe with a bit of help from someone else is actually an interesting thing to do if you never play with that. Or we have this other friend that is an artist. This is Amanda, created by Julia Schicker, that is an artist friend of ours. And she was like, this character was like moving her lips, saying something, and you had to do like lip reading to understand the password. We also, you don't see it very well from here, but we also put some other props in the room just to make it look a bit nicer. This one was also fun. If you look at the right hand of the guy, you see some knobs. That was a tiny keyboard, and you had to play a specific tune to unlock the password. That would have, and if you would, and with the right combination of notes, you would hear the password, for example. So we like to play with this kind of games. This one is another one. So this is a box with a padlock, and we put it in there. And what you had to do, I mean, if you see this with a lock and you see lock picks on the side, what you do, you take the lock picks and you start lock picking. When you open it, inside there was a piece of paper saying, look below me, and the password was here. So this is again part of the frustration, you know? It's like you're really focused in opening this, but you're missing, like, you're not even turning it around. And I don't know, I found it quite fun. At least building it. This is one from Daedalus Industries. I will talk about them in a bit. And they created this chessboard where, in order to open the chessboard, you had to put the pieces in the right place, and then it would open and the password would be inside. So you had to solve this kind of chess puzzle. Or another one is a vibrator or vibrator connected to optimism. I think it was the first one, the first vibrator connected to optimism. And that is here. So you had to find the box, and then if you open the box, you would find the vibrator connected to the Wi-Fi, and of course to optimism, because there is a smart contract connected to this guy, and you had to basically understand when to send the transaction in order to activate it, because the government controls you when you masturbate. That was the idea behind it. Because it's a dystopian future, right? If you want to read instructions, and the address is here, and it's still, of course, I mean, it's immutable, it's a blockchain, so I think it will stay there for a while. Or another one is, this one is a QR code, and is a part, if I remember correctly, of Shamir's secret sharing scheme, and you had to collect some of them. I was an N out of M, so if you would collect enough, then you would unlock the password. Or another one from Daedalus Industries as well is this crazy phone that was deployed at DevCon in Bogota. And if I remember correctly, you had to dial the right number, and then the cabinet below would open. Then, I don't know if I can play sound here. Does it work?
Yeah, it should work.
Wow.
Or you, I mean, maybe you need to change
Okay.
to a black box. It's called.
Like the, okay, give me a second.
When you go to your.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
black magic. Yeah. This one.
Okay, I have no control over the audio. Who has control over the audio?
No, you can just play.
No, because I cannot put it, I cannot put volume up or volume down, so I hope I'm not, like, destroying people's ears.
Yeah, I mean, I also couldn't, so it was
Okay.
fine. Just
It's not my responsibility, guys. I love your attitude. Better safe than sorry. So, 1 second, let's go back here. And then this is at ETH Berlin.
Report unregistered mails to the validator compliance tutorial.
So that was a puzzle. We put it in the yellow corridor. And people had really fun. It was like this kind of voice looping messages like for hours and hours. And each message had a sounds at the beginning and at the end that you had to analyze in order to find the password. So we had this kind of voice that was actually really annoying and repetitive. You know, the TikTok voice. So we used that one with AI-generated messages. It was actually quite fun. Another one is this. We programmed this Game Boy, and you will see in a second why it's an annoying puzzle. If you check the size. And you had to put the key in the other key thingy shape. And yeah, this was the telephone. And yeah, we like to play with these kind of things. Anyway, how much time do I have?
indefinite.
Sorry, guys. No, okay, we'll just be a bit faster because I think the puzzles are fun. So anyway, what SDP does, it builds THC. That is the most advanced EVM-based framework for creating THC. So we love TLA. TLA is a 3-letter acronym. We love to reuse them because upcycling is important. So in the first case, THC stands for Treasure Hunt Creator, that is the framework. And in the second case, it stands for challenges, okay? It's the most advanced EVM-based framework because I think it's the only one. Worst case is the second best one. And everything is open source. You can check the link below. And just super quickly, I will talk about, do you care about how it works, like from a technical side? I can also skip it if you don't want. Yeah? Okay, thanks. So when you create the game, there is a setup phase. And if you remember, we had chapters, and each chapter has its own solution, right? And so we take all these solutions, and what we do is this is a setup phase. So when we deploy the game the first time, we do this. That is, we calculate the hash using KECAC 256 of the solution. So we get a solution hash. The solution is just a string because you need to type it on the UI. Okay, so we get a hash that is 256 bits. Then from that, we create an HD wallet that is the solution wallet, let's call it. And as you know, a wallet has an address and a private key, basic. The address is then stored in the smart contract. That is the public proof in a way that you will need to provide later, and we'll see how. Then, after the setup phase is done, the smart contract knows all the addresses of all solutions. Okay, and by knowing the address, it's not revealing anything about the solution. Also, if you have questions, or stop me if you want. Now we go to the submission phase. So the smart contract is populated with all the solutions, actually with all the addresses of the solutions. And we go to step 2, that is submission. I think skeletons are cool, that's why I put it there. I don't know if you like it. It's pink. So the user, the player, finds the solution X, that is, again, a string, and goes through the same process. So hashing, creating an HD wallet, you have a solution wallet with an address and a private key. The user also has its own wallet, right, because it's playing the game. And the user also has an address and a private key. So by finding the correct solution, the player is able to recreate the same wallet that was first put in this, used in the setup phase, right? So me as a user, when I type the right password, that is whatever 123, I generate a wallet, I generate a solution, I generate a solution wallet, and then with that wallet, what I do is I sign my own address, okay? And then I get the signature, that is RSV, classic stuff. And then, using my wallet, what I do is I send the transaction to send the proof. And now I lock everything together. That is, I locked the fact that I know the solution, and I also locked the fact that the solution was discovered by this wallet, by this public key, or address, sorry. And then it's sent to the smart contract. On the other side, what happens is that in the verification phase, the contract will run a EC recover on the RSV, and will check if the signature is coming from a known address that is one of the solution. And if it's correct, so if there is a match, then it's a valid solution, otherwise it's invalid. If you have questions, you can ask them later or now. So the very first game we run with this framework is called Planetscape, but then in 2020, we discovered DIPs that are DevCon improvement proposals. If you don't know what it is, go and check it out because it's quite amazing, thanks Ligi. And we wrote DIP4, that is a proposal for a treasure hunt game. I don't know why I didn't put challenge or whatever. I feel really sorry about this. Ligi, can I change title to the DIP or is it too late?
What?
Can I change title to my DIP or not?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, great. Anyway, we created this DIP, basically we said, hey DevCon, we're doing this kind of games. I think it's interesting for you to check it out and maybe we can do a game for you. That's the proposal. Then a bit later, there was another DIP called a crypto onboarding escape room by Daedalus Industries, and that's when we created our joint venture. Social Distortion Protocol and Daedalus Industries together. And our goal is to roll out THC for the masses. So we improved. I need to move it faster. We added some other features. So now when you have a treasure hunt, you can also have the main story, but you also have side quests. And just one more thing. It's very important, never roll your own crypto, but we also say never roll your own THC. You should trust us. We developed a framework for doing THCs. So if you want to create your own treasure hunt game, you should really use ours. And today we're introducing a new product to our family of products that is called CBD. CBD is the THC companion, and it's cloud-based demo. We need to find a better acronym, by the way. It's a GitHub repo right now that you can clone. I mean, it's not that easy, but we need to work a bit more on it. Sorry, I'm looking at you. Anyway, it's a GitHub repo with built-in tools, so you can create and deploy your own treasure hunt challenges. It has some amazing GitHub actions that took me too much time to write, so please use it. And ChatGPT told me to write this on the slide because I was running out of time and I had to come here. So abstract complexity, only one solution, still in progress, yes. Anyway, we're progressing and CBD is the missing piece of the puzzle. And I would like to thank all the employees of the month of Social Distortion Protocol and Daedalus Industries that are participating in creating an amazing THC for Bangkok. And that's all. See you in Bangkok. THC is on us, guys. And for questions, you can use the QR code that just disappeared, of course.
Yeah, but we already have a couple of questions.
Oh, nice.
That we can probably just go through. Yes. Okay, highest upvote is, what was the most ridiculous human behavior you observed?
Okay. Nicola, sorry, I'm also asking my friend, the other employee of the month. I think it was the player that was a bit annoyed. No. When at the Congress.
When the reverse password.
Yes. So we had this player that basically did everything. And at the last chapter, there was this. Again, you remember fenestration, right? It's an important keyword. It's an important concept. And the last, you would expect probably that the last puzzle is something difficult. But we played something extreme. We played it super dumb. It was just to say a sentence in reverse, and it was actually written in the instructions. And the player had to call us on the phone and tell us the password, but they failed a few times. And they got a bit mad, and they didn't finish the game and didn't say like "fuck you," but I think it was.
They came there actually asking what's the password.
Yeah. Wait. Sorry, go, Nicola.
They just had to read this thing reverse. They came to our desk because they were frustrated. They couldn't get it through via the phone, and it was, "What's the password?" "Yeah, you need to read it." And they kept reading it reverse. The other way around. And after like 5 or 6 times, he freaked out and left. He said, "It's a stupid game," or something like this. And it was literally the last step to win.
Yes. So that was probably really interesting.
Would this person have been the first to win, or just?
No, I don't think the first one to win, right?
The first one actually.
Really?
It was the first one, yeah.
It was the first one. Nicola, that has better memory than me, saying, "Yeah, I think you're right."
They just had to read it the other way around.
Yeah.
That's such a shame. I think the degree of frustration is exactly right. I mean, I played the last CCC one, which was a lot of fun, but also didn't finish. But I didn't scream at you, so.
Thanks.
Okay, we have another question. Are you working based on grants, and how is it funded?
That's a very good question. So, let's say for DevCon, we have a bit of a budget from the organizers. For anything else, it's just self-funded. And one thing I can tell you is that the amount of work needed to create a story, develop it around a venue also, and all the specific things about that venue, creating the puzzles, fixing bugs and everything. It's like, I don't know how much it would cost, but it would be like probably too expensive to actually build for the full amount. It's really like we're doing it because it's fun, but it's really also frustration also for us, I think, in terms of money. So if there are grants that you think we can apply to, why not?
Okay. How can I involve social distortion?
Protocol.
Protocol.
I guess you should talk to one of them.
Yes, speaking from experience, I usually just talk to you guys. And then they come to East Berlin because they are very nice people. Okay, then maybe the last one, how many % of people playing your games have gone mad? 3%. I would also like to add something really about this question. It's fun because our group, our collective STP, has grown also because we had people playing the game, and at the end now they are so stupid that they join us. Great. I think that's it. Do we have more questions in the room that are not submitted via the app? Okay.
Oh, there is one
Down
there.
Yes.
Sorry, but just was interesting. How you solve a certain nerdness because Mario and his pals solved everything super fast, and they were kind of like, oh, we solved everything. I don't know, first day or something. How you prevent this sort of hijacking?
So that's a very good question because it's talking about the balance. If I can reframe it in a way, it's more like the balance between difficulty and how many people you want to finish the game, these kind of things, right? This is a huge pain point that it's something that also we failed several times because try to balance the right difficulty for puzzles. It's I wouldn't say impossible, but it's I don't know, extremely difficult because what is in my context is something that maybe simple or easy to solve. For someone else, maybe it's totally out of the blue. And so what we're doing this time, we're changing things a bit for DevCon. That was also the plan for the previous treasure hunt, but we're going there. That is, we would like to keep, I will just show you this once again. Look at this, none of this though. Can you guess that I just started using Keynote? So the new version of THC supports side quests. So now, the basic idea is to do something like this. We have the main story that is linear, and you need to, again, solve everything, all chapters, one after the other. We want to keep this relatively, I wouldn't say simple, but still something that a human would solve without getting too much frustrated. Because the goal is to explore the venue, learn new things, and have a fun activity. Also would be cool. Oh, by the way, I forgot. We also added a new feature that when you finish the game, it also releases an NFT, and we're also talking with artists to basically develop these NFTs at prices. But anyway, apart from that, going back to how you balance difficulty and all these kind of things, we're keeping again the main thread quite okay in terms of difficulty, and we're going nuts on the side quests. And side quests, you don't have to solve them to finish the game. So I would say that we move, for super pro players, we move the game to another level that is collecting all the badges. Because each side quest has an emoji connected, and once you collect all the emojis, you have another prize. So we're, in a way, offloading super hardcore stuff to side quests. So you don't need to know something extremely obscure about elliptic curve to solve something. And we can use all Mario's time.
Great. Okay, well, another round of applause for Albi, please.
Thank you.